How are you? Hey, Bobo. Hey, Suez. Suze. Oh, hey. So I am up at the fire station, letting Scout work out. I guess he didn't work hard enough today at the house. Hey, Keith. Bobo, is it bedtime yet? You're the one that makes those decisions in your house, dude. Tell those children to go to bed. You're tired. And let me know how that works out for you. Tell them that if they need dinner, the same thing will happen that happened for lunch. I'll bring them food. Maybe not. Eight more minutes. Is it really that close to your bedtime? It's pretty close to mine. Actually, I said that I'll be here until he's done. Of course, we cheated today because our fire station doesn't have air conditioning or windows or a ceiling fan or anything. So I took the electric fan off of the truck and and it's blowing on him. Hello from Oklahoma. How are you today? Bobo, let them stay up. What do you got going on? Jax, it has been a great weekend. It is warm. I am just standing here. I'm perspiring, but it's been a pretty busy weekend. I put that mildly. It's been nonstop. Hey, Wayne. Got back from a family vacation, man. It's 110 and 115. You win the warm place of the day prize. I guess it only got up to about 90 today. And of course, you can't see it because I don't have any hair or anything. There's a light breeze going. There has been most of the day. Yesterday I was inside or in the truck all day, so I don't know about yesterday. Oh, raining. It's been raining. This is our first spree of 3 days in a row that it hasn't rained all calendar year, it seems like. One of my friends or two of my friends are in charge of the baseball league, like the community baseball league, and they've been struggling just to get those little kids there in their baseball games. And if I guess I cared a lot more when Scout and his sister were little and playing baseball. But now that they're not, I don't really I care because some of my friends, their kids are little, but not as much as I used to. I have been playing with spices. Hey, Lone Star Living. I've been playing with spices all weekend long. I got a couple weekends ago. We went out of town and we found an Amish store, which I don't really think is Amish, but that was the title of it, and got some seasonings. And they've just been in these big plastic tubs that they're great for volume, but not for everyday use, and certainly not for storage. I was concerned. And so I've been playing with those, looking at alternatives, and I made a video about it. It'll come out in a few days-ish. But so I found a solution I like. That's the main thing. And then today, of course, I don't know what you guys have been doing, but today I ran around with my wife, caused some trouble. I say that we didn't cause any trouble. We ran around. We went into the big city. Of course, most of Northwest Arkansas is really just 4 towns connected together. And we went up, and it's about a 45-minute trip. We went up to Atwoods. I didn't need to go there for anything, but we did. And picked up, I went up there, I guess Scout needed a tool, which I drove by 10 other places. I could have got him a pair of wire strippers, or I could have given him mine, but I didn't want to do that. He's been working on my dehydrator. So I got a dehydrator about a year and a half ago. I've had a dehydrator a long time. This is a big 10 drawer or 10 shelf dehydrator. It was really nice. My wife really blessed me with that as a present. Well, we've only used it like 5 or 6 times and it stopped working. And so I commented on the website where I got it from, and about, hey, this is what happened to it. Do you have any suggestions? And I was asking because is there any parts that I need, or any parts that I can get to correct it? And a couple of emails and a couple of phone calls, and they're like, okay, no problem, parts are on the way. And so I was like, oh, that's awesome. And hey, Mark. And so the parts came in about a week ago, and I asked Scout if he would be interested in taking it apart and putting them together. It was the fan. It's a big cabinet. It's a big dehydrator. Anyway, so it's a pretty big thing in our kitchen. And he took the back all the way off, took the fan motor off, and then, don't ask me what this other part was. Wasn't a thermostat. May have been a thermocouple. I don't know, a little wire with a little diode thing in the middle. And so he changed those out, because that's what they sent. He changed the parts out that they sent. We did some testing, had to do some tweaking to the fan, and we've got it all fixed. And I'm going to go. I've been dying to do pineapple. I can tell you exactly where it's from. I don't know if you guys have ever had freeze-dried pineapple, but I got some from Thrive Foods, which is kind of my go-to place for long-term storage foods. And Lone Star, I'll tell Scout when he gets done working out. And so I feel so lazy. So I went to Sam's, and I was picking something else up. And pineapples, the whole pineapple, they were on sale for $2.97. And I picked up 2, and I went, okay, I'm gonna core these out and peel them and slice them and put them in the dehydrator. Because I had eaten some of that freeze-dried pineapple, and I really enjoyed it. And so as I'm walking around Sam's, because I make a loop, there are some places I go, like the dry goods. I always go down the dry goods aisle. I always go over to the fruits and vegetable. They have like a cooler, and I always walk through there, because I'm looking, like, I eat a lot of mushrooms when they're cheap, and I eat a lot of those little cucumbers, like mini cucumbers, but only when they're on sale. And so I always go through there and look for those. And I saw pineapple hearts, pre-peeled and cored pineapples. And I'm like, man, I'm so lazy. I'm going to put these $3 pineapples back to get $4.50 pineapples, just because I can go home and slice it. And I did. I put the 2 pineapples I was going to do back, and then I went and sliced it up, put it on the trays, Now I wanted to use the fruit roll-up trays just because I didn't want them to stick as bad and be hard if I wanted to flip them or if I wanted to move them. So I've been using those fruit roll-up trays in the dehydrator. So I get a whole pineapple sliced up, put in there, and I pull the dehydrator out, I plug it in. I'd already wiped it all down and got it ready. Flipped the switch on and the power light came on, but nothing else did. Well, I didn't notice it. So 2 or 3 hours later, I'm like, why am I not hearing a fan, from the dehydrator? And so I went and played with the thermostat on it and nothing, which is good. We got to eat a whole pineapple in the next 2 days. My wife and kids certainly didn't hate that. But, so we had to get it fixed. Jax, let's see. So I have never done jerky in my dehydrator. So actually, you're asking if I'm going to do any dehydration videos. So I've done 1 or 2 like apples or something in the past, but I was doing this pineapple video totally because I want to start utilizing that more, particularly because it's summertime and we're going kayaking or hiking. Of course, now I don't go 50 miles a day or a weekend. A 5-mile hike in, a camp for a couple days, and a 5-mile hike out is plenty for me right now. Matter of fact, I'm proud that I can do those. Or kayaking, and so being able to have food that can keep is pretty important, and it's way cheaper if I do it myself. And so I was doing the pineapple just to have a snack because we were going camping the next weekend. I don't know. Anyway, so it was kind of a bummer, but so I'm going to do the pineapple, and I'm going to do what else do I have? Oh, I've got apples I want to do. So those are the things that I'm familiar with, are doing fruit. I've never done the fruit roll-ups. I've never done the jerky. So I've got a really good source for some venison, other than for me to go hunting. But I meant where I can get it easily from a couple of my buddies, so I can get 5 or 10 pounds of venison. And that's the first thing that I want to try to make jerky out of. I am very likely going to go to the store. I'm going to go to the store and get the jerky seasoning. Just because, first I want to get comfortable with the thickness that I want and the temperature and some things that you can tweak other than the recipe. And I don't want to play with the spices right now because I know there's a mix that I like. And so I'll use that to begin with. And then after I go and get it, after I'm comfortable after a few batches, then I'm going to go and try to mix my own spices and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to try dehydrated chicken jerky. So, Jesus, I like some store-bought jerky, but not as much as homemade jerky. And I think my problem with it is I want it a little bit drier than most store jerky is. I know that may sound crazy because most people are like, oh, I like it tender and I like it soft. Well, that's not what I like in jerky, I guess. I mean, I eat it. I like it. I won't turn down somebody tosses a bag of jerky at camp. But I like thin, hard, crunchy at first jerky, because I'll tear a piece off or rip a piece off, and I'll just chew on it while we're walking down the trail or while we're sitting at camp or fishing or whatever we're doing. And so I like that. And so for that, I like the uh, the smaller jerkies. Zub Zub banana chips are great. The thing that just drives me crazy about banana chips is sorry, Badger's comment made me giggle. Um, the thing that drives me crazy about the banana chips is they stick to my trays, and so when I go to peel them up, they crumble or break, and it infuriates me. So that's why I bought the fruit roll up, or that's a brand, the 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 flat trays for fruit roll ups are making fruit jerky or fruit paste, and so that's why I like it. Just for bananas, because when bananas go on sale for like 30 cents a pound, I just like them, and I like them better dehydrated. Fruit leather, that's it. I like them better dehydrated than I do fresh sometimes. I certainly like them better when I'm trying to take them on trips or something. Keith, I hope your small garden does what you want it to do as well. Gardening is something that I grew up doing a lot of. I mean, we had a half-acre garden as a family. And so it's kind of, we've piddled with it, except for the last 2 years. I've really stepped up my game. I've got I've got multiple plants or crops growing at my work. I have not this fire station, but the one that I work at, because we have four fire stations in my district, or three and a half. And so I've got a couple things growing at work, and I've got stuff growing on the back porch, on the front porch. My garden spot's been totally underwater all year, and so we're really, the last couple of days is the first attempt to get anything planted. But I hope yours does what you need. And if you're wanting to can some things you can get really cheap. Potatoes, if you want to try to can potatoes, then you can, those are pretty cheap. Sometimes you can get corn. Like I noticed corn was 30 cents or 33 cents an ear. And so that's not too bad. It's not as cheap as a canned, but it tastes way better to me. Badger, I have never made pemmican, and tonight is my first time to try hardtack. And I mean, not that there's a lot of ingredients. There's only 3, but that is my plan for after we get back to the house, is to make a batch of hardtack. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on that. Mark Chase, I am not trying to guilt trip you into using your dehydrator and your canner, but you should use your dehydrator and your canner. You absolutely should. I really enjoy it. I love the pop when I open a can of something that I know, even if we didn't grow it. Like last year, of course, I don't grow any corn, but I buy a bunch of it, and I did all the work to can it, and I love tasting it. I made some with ranch seasoning that we like. I love my green beans. I just love stuff that I canned. And yes, I hope I'm making everyone hungry. It is past dinner time for us, but Scout wanted to come up here, and I'm not going to tell him no. So, Mark Chase, so if you want to make jerky, make it as hot as you want, man. It's for you. Oh, turning the bananas a couple times. I hadn't thought of that. I will definitely try that. Sorry, I'm catching up. And dehydrated mango sounds great too. Overall living, how are you, man? I need to do another one of those prepper challenges. I get frustrated sometimes because a couple of them went great and people went crazy and got excited about them, and then other ones are like crickets when I go to look for the responses. So, Mark Chase, I would call your local, either, I think it's called your state extension office, and ask them what crops would go in your area. Of course, that goes for everyone. They they are pretty good at knowing what things will work where and what varieties. An Amish auction house. Whew, man, that I would go crazy. My wife would throw me out on the porch if I bought in much more bulk than I do. Hey, old devil dog. So, Juice, it's ironic how often I hear people say, I used to live in California too. We have a lot of that here in Northwest Arkansas. A lot of it is because we've got JB Hunt and Walmart and Tyson Foods and several places like that here. So we had no luck with our cucumbers the last 2 years. Last year I tried to last year I tried this pallet garden idea. Worthless. It was a waste of space. Um, yeah, it was a waste of space. So I won't do that again. Matter of fact, I pulled up all the pallets and oh, hey, I got a text from my wife. Potato stroganoff is in the oven. 22 pints of corn. That's awesome. Badger, I do spend a lot of time on my porch. Either the front porch, I'm on my front porch. In my mind, because I don't go sit in front of the TV. Matter of fact, I bet, man, I bet I'm not in front of the TV 2 hours a week. I don't like to sit. It hurts my degenerative disc, my back, and so I can sit on the front porch and I can listen to things and I can think and I listen to some music and I can do things. I've got a big table in front of me, and so I can always have a project in front of me, and I really like that. Stew and chili. So I'm nervous about canning things like stew and chili. I don't know why. I've got lots of friends, you know, that love it, that say, "Oh, it's no problem, that it'll be safe and fine." Matter of fact, one of my great friends, Chris, she is the food preservation guru. She cans everything for her family. She dehydrates for her family. They bought a freeze dryer. She is freeze drying me some Skittles. I'm a little giddy about that. Oh yeah, Bobo knows her. She is awesome. She is the bomb. So I heard the fan in the fire station has quit. Scout, are you all right?
No, I died.
Oh, you died? That's good.
Yeah.
Well, if you died, put the fan back in the truck.
The same box in the truck? Okay.
But it goes on the driver's side in the back now.
Okay.
He's such a pain in the butt sometimes. He's being a smart aleck. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. Bobo, I do. I have a great front porch. I have a great back porch too, but when I'm on the back porch, it reminds me that I need to brush hog or mow or weed eat, or it makes me think of my property maintenance that I don't like to do. I don't mind it in the front, but I hate doing it in the back. I don't know why. You'd think it would be the other way around, but and I don't maintain the front for my neighbors. I could give a crap less about my neighbors. Absolutely, absolutely don't care. No, I've changed the side, bud. That same compartment on the other side, you'll see a spot for it.
You said driver's side.
I lied.
Okay.
I lied to Scout. Yes, Bobo, you do need to maintain a little bit as well. Man, so you guys have me wanting to. Oh, Badger, you're my hero. That is my mantra now. Bees are important. Bees will save our planet. Anyway, so I'm excited now because I love my chili. I think I make the greatest chili in the world. My son likes my chili. The fire guys like my chili. So to have a couple jars of that, man, that would. Oh, 90. It's okay, Bobo, shut up. Nobody asked you. So, Mark Chase, you asked about the All-American pressure canner. Oh, that's yours. I don't know. I have a I have a lower end canner. That's I want to say it's an 8-quart canner. Did you drink enough? Is that your same bottle?
No, I filled this up twice.
Okay. I know. Yeah, and so, oh yeah, overall living, you are so right. He is. Come stand next to me. He said you're looking like a young man. He's almost there. He's waiting. I think the day he's taller than me, he's gonna like bow up on me,
No.
and I'm gonna have to beat him. But I'm pretty lucky. I like him. We had a good time going camping, or I think I did.
I did.
And Bobo went with us. That was the downer for the whole weekend.
I'm forgetting a couple things.
What did we forget?
Um,
The dishwasher buckets.
yeah.
I really think that's all we forgot.
No, I forgot my straps.
Oh, your hammock straps. Yeah, you had to use my hammock strap. The keys we didn't lose. We didn't forget the keys.
No, he did.
I did not.
You lost the keys. You lost the keys.
He don't listen to him. I put them by my because I camped
In a
outside with in a cot, and I take my glasses and my keys, and I put them in the cup holder of a chair that's by my head. It was raining the next morning. His mom came to get him to go to church. He grabbed the chair, being nice, being a wonderful boy. He scooped it up. I had my glasses on my face, but the keys were in the cup holder. And off to church he went, 45 minutes away, and we had no cell service. Fortunately, when I was angry. Now, I wasn't angry at him. Not at all.
Oh.
I wasn't. I didn't get angry at you. I was mad because I should have put him in my pocket when I got up. But I was in a hurry. His mom was coming out, and I wanted to make a country breakfast with, fresh cut up potatoes and, sausage and potatoes and scrambled eggs and some garlic and onion. And so when I got up, I was doing that. I was recovering from, I'm not showing you the finger, but my cut from Bobo where he attacked me verbally and it made me cut my finger is doing much better. But it was a great time, even with that. And of course, I am surrounded at this campground by like-minded people. So as soon as I started walking that way, everyone could say, what's wrong with T? Something's wrong. And they kept coming out and they're like, what can we do to help? And I'm like, I'm just going to walk to cell signal. It was about 2 miles. And of course they're all like, whatever, get in the truck, get in the car. So after about the third offer, finally I was like, okay, I'm calm enough to be pleasant because I don't want to be rude to someone. But- oh, so yeah, that's what Bobo did.
What?
The best part of waking up is coffee press in your cup. And he'd been talking about doing this little short thing he put on his TikTok for like since the day before, I even think.
It was, yeah.
It was just so funny. And then
Car right there.
here I'm using my brand new Men with a Pot knife for the first time. Oh my, yeah. And I just sliced into my finger right as he was doing it. But we got to practice and use first aid kit. It was nice. And that's all we did that whole trip was just cook, and it was great. I may have talked to you guys since then, actually. I don't know. I don't remember. So he has emergency services camp for the next week. He gets to go
Should
from.
ask Grandpa for paid leave. Since I'm doing emergency services.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm just joking.
And oh yeah, Bobo, you're right. Everyone liked what we cooked. We did a cobbler. We burnt the outside a little bit, and so it's my fault because I like to bake and I'm really attentive to it. And I went wandering off to go socialize and left poor man back there in charge. And it's probably his first time baking a cobbler without a Boy Scout leader going, okay, go do this, go do that.
Yes.
And so it's my fault. And it was still great. It just had black around the edges. Cleanup is what sucked.
Yeah.
And I blame Bobo for that because we had the liners. Like, go get those liners out of the truck.
They're right in front of me.
And we had these two kinds. I had parchment liners to put in the Dutch oven, and we had these guys that you just set in the Dutch oven. And so you don't have to clean, you just take it out and throw it away. And both on the cobbler and the scalloped potatoes and sausage that we made.
Those were really good.
On both of them, it was terrible. Matter of fact, I have Bobo, because it's not mine. Bobo's Dutch oven is all great, cleaned up, seasoned, clean, ready to take back to him. But mine I haven't even hardly cleaned on yet. At least I took care of Bobo. Let's see. What else have we got going on? Klingon Princess, hello.
I don't know. What do we have?
Oh, your emergency services camp. 7 or 6 days of getting to do fire department, police, and EMS stuff. He's going to get to go to the police range, which is not really that big of a deal because we actually do. He qualifies on the same qualification as our state law enforcement does, and does better than a lot of them. I call that wonderful parenting.
I call it me being the best.
Oh, you being the best. And so then they get to do other things. They're going to get to see like the search and rescue dogs, the drug dogs. It's just going to be great. So going camping with my son, it's always been a blessing. When we first started going, his very first camp trip, which there's no way he remembers this, but I do. We were in our backyard, and we set up.
The big tent and almost caught it on fire.
No, we had the Taj Mahal then.
Yeah.
We set up this Geodome Alaskan Guide all-weather tent that we have. And we set it up, and he's sitting in there on big fluffy blankets, and he's just smiling and waving. It is the best picture. It melts my heart every time I think about it because he was having so much fun. And we had a little kid-sized picnic table right outside.
Little green one.
And yeah, the little green one. And it was wonderful. We spent the night out there, and
the next day, we bloodied my nose on the little double swing.
yeah, well, I can't help it. I didn't do that.
I know.
Who did
You
that?
should have been there to stop it.
Oh no, that's not the kind of parent I am. And it was great. And then, so that was our warm up. And so his very first scouting camp trip was out, and we went out, and we're in that same tent. And we got about 1.5 inches of ice that night. and it'd been raining all day and then froze and ice. So we didn't even notice overnight. Like we never woke up. We never had.
I think we were both out of our sleeping
We
bags.
were, neither one of us were totally zipped up in our sleeping bag. And so we get up and we come out. That's good on a Nalgene bottle. And we come out of the tent, and there's people that had left. Their tents had collapsed. There were people that they were asleep in huddled in the corner of a wet, frozen tent. They had miserable times. And he's like, "What are you guys whining about?" It was wonderful. Not, it was terrible for other people. It was a memory that their kids may never appreciate. But for him, it was a great memory and a great way to start his camping off right. Proper equipment makes for, an okay time.
How long have we had that tent?
Oh man,
Almost 8 years, 7 years.
we've had that tent 9 years, 10 years maybe even.
Yeah, because I just got to do Cub Scouts
You-
because it was first grade.
It was even before that. It was we were a pilot program for Lions. So it was before you could even be.
A Cub Scout.
No, we did that separate. You did Tigers first, and then that summer we piloted Lions. Anyway, it's a long time ago. We stayed in that tent, or Bobo did, just the other day. He stayed in his hammock set up, and then I was out under we took a little 10x10 pop-up. Man, I've just been rattling off. I think I'm going to take him and get him some food. Maybe. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Well, I appreciate everyone being here. Zub Zub, I hope you're having a good time getting ready to go camping. Camping is, man, I just love camping. I love camping when it sucks. I love it when it's hot. I love it when it's cold. I just like camping. I did not like it that much as a kid when it was terrible, but those are the memories that I have, are bad camp trips. But I hope you have a blessed camp trip. So everyone, we are going to go find dinner. Thank you for your 38 minutes of enjoyment. I hope you've had some giggles at me, and I hope you guys have a great week.